Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
He is just amazing with what he does, all the different things that he does. Part of that is card reading, tarot cards, finding a lot of insight coming from Universe on that. He's a performer, voiceover artist, and lots more. And we got him in here. We're doing readings today, so stand by, strap yourself in. It's going to be good. Xander Martinez is back with us. How you doing today?
Yeah, how you doing, Steve? I'm doing great. I'm ready to go. My energy is flowing.
Awesome. I want to throw it out there. Instant feedback, Steve, at gmail.com is one way to reach us. Also, another way is 631-319-6275. Want a card reading? Let's do it. Let's see what 2025 is looking like for you. So for anybody that's never experienced this, you have the cards in front of you, you just shuffle them, and you randomly pick out cards. You don't even know what cards you're pulling. And it's believed that the universe knows, and that's why you're picking out those particular cards. Am I saying that right?
It's almost exactly it, right? So if I think about it a little bit more, it's kind of like starting a new book. It kind of intrigues you. You kind of get going. You don't know what the chapters entail, and then you just start the story and you read it as you go. And to be honest, it's kind of beautiful too because it's a shared story, right? Because I'm reading you or my client, and like I just definitely see it as a story unveiling before me. We can go as deep as you want.
So I do want to point out that I saw a waft of smoke a second ago. Is that incense?
Yes, sir. So like I'm all set up here, right? So what I do is I work with incense, I work with candles. So I got some candles going, I got some incense going, and I got some cards going as well. So this is what I mean, right? So does this look familiar to you? The color of it at least?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Exactly.
And for anybody who's listening and not watching, it's a stick of selenite.
There you go. And selenite helps to purify any kind of energy that it comes in contact with. So right now, what I do is I have selenite laying on top of my tarot cards, and then also one laying on top of a smaller set of tarot cards, like my clarifiers, right? So I have all that energy being cleared up. I got some dragon's blood definitely burning up. That's good for passion, right? And I got some candles burning as well. All the colors always have to do with chakras. I got an orange one and a purple one. And what that does is orange is actually sacral chakra. So that's going to go with passion with the dragon's blood. And then the purple is the crown chakra. So that's my direct contact with source and everyone's just openness. You know what I mean? So
I'm glad you said what type of incense there is there because so many times I've wanted to buy incense. I don't know what to buy. So I'm sitting and there's so many different types. So I'm going by smell. I'm like, maybe this one, maybe that one over there. So dragon's blood is one that does fill in the blank. What?
exactly for passion, right? So it helps you ignite that. It helps you bring it out. So if you light it, it just helps enhance what you already have. So that's why I got it going now. So I want to be passionate about whoever I'm going to read. And the last thing I want to say, incorporated my sound bowl. So we're going to go ahead and get out of here real quick. We're going to clear
Wow.
some energy. Yeah. And all right, that's basically going to come out, kind of bring your soul a little bit out to kind of mingle with mine, if that makes any sense. And then we're going to go ahead and shuffle these cards a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is, whoever's listening, so Steve and I did a reading on my first show. This is my fifth show now. What I want to do is I'm going to do a little bit of a follow-up on him, right? So I'm mixing up the cards as I go. And I'm remembering a little bit of what we talked about last time. And if you wanted to, without prying, do you have any questions? Do you want to reflect on something from last time? Do you want a starting point with this?
Um, I'm trying to remember what came through, but there was definitely validation of direction, even in business wise. I'm working on some things, and you said the energy was definitely there for that. Um, yeah, I'm open.
All right, awesome. So basically, I think I'm remembering a little bit too. I think you actually had the Eight of Swords, and I think that had to do
You are
with.
correct, by the way, and I can't remember. I can't believe I remember that.
I
You're
mean,
right.
neither I can't because I've had so many readings, right? So the thing is the Eight of Swords just stuck out with me with you. So again, that's self-imprisonment, inflicted pain, all those kind of things. But swords have to do with your mind, right? So you're in your cerebral energy. So you basically just your own worst enemy, right? So if we go ahead and all right, well, I'm not even gonna wait. So sometimes the cards fly out, right? So they just fell as they did now, and we're just gonna take them as they came out. So the first card we have here, right? I did a three-card pull on you. We have the Two of Pentacles. So the Two of Pentacles talks about a decision that has to be made. The Two of Pentacles has to be about balancing things that you already have that you don't want to give up, right? So this right here is definitely something in your mind that you have to balance to get to the next step, right? So if we get to the next part of the story, we got okay, this one's
Well,
kind
can
of
I share with you? I
yeah, go
do,
ahead. I would love
I,
that.
I do. I don't want to go, too deep into this, but I do have a decision to make, and I have to make it within the next week.
You hear that, guys? Whoever's listening, like these cards are on point. You know what I mean? There's something that needs to be made here, and like you're joyously holding it. It's not even like a bad thing, right? It looks like it's something that whether it's an offer or moving a totally different direction away from something that was, right? So it looks like right here is exactly what's going on. So guys, here we go. We're on track. So we're gonna go to
Hmm.
the second card, right? So we got the let me see the Seven of Swords, but it came in reverse. So if you look at this card right here. He looks like he's kind of all for himself kind of attitude, kind of mindset because of swords. We're still talking about the mind. So if you reverse it, you're probably like this about a decision you have to make because you're not only thinking about yourself, right? It looks like you're not only thinking about yourself. It looks like you may be thinking about other people, maybe about just things changing, right? So it looks like if I really feel this out though, it kind of looks like there's something you're not trusting, maybe. But then it's in reverse. It's like you know you need to trust it. You still don't, but you know you need to. There's something here, almost like an inner conflict, right? Because swords have to do with your head. No one's affecting you but yourself. So there's something here in your head about that. It looks like if I really read it, topsy-turvy, right? Because you could go with fully trusting it or fully not trusting it, right? So that's exactly this energy here. And if we keep moving forward, this might be your answer, right? Because we got kind of
I'm sitting here like in the edge of my seat, like I'm thinking the same thing. Like, what's this last card gonna say?
yeah, yeah. So awesome. So you're feeling it, right? You're feeling a little bit of it, right? All right, so check it out. Now we got the Three of Pentacles. This is a great card. This is camaraderie. This is helping with others, right? This is collaborating. This is actually bringing other people in to something that you're growing. And what's beautiful is that if you were to tell me, should I do it, should I not? And I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, what's in your mind? We got the 2 to the 3. This is progression. So if you were to ask me yes or no, I'd say yes.
Hmm.
If
Okay,
that
let me
helps.
okay. So I've a couple of different things going on. One in
Yeah.
particular is choice A or choice B. There's two,
Okay.
it's not a yes or a no. It's, do I pick this one? Do I pick that
It's
one?
this energy all the way, yeah.
Say that again.
Yes, this energy all the way. Because if you notice the way he's looking on the cards, he knows he has the upper hand already. He's like, which one do I really want to keep? So that's your energy all the way.
Wow. I'm not even, being very transparent, always am.
Yeah.
I do have a decision. Like it is like no
Yeah.
joke, and it's got to be done within the next couple few days. There's for sure.
Yeah, and you're in your own way because this looks like it's good, right? Because you can stay or you can move forward. Either way is going to be okay for you, right? But with the progression here again from the 2 to the 3, and that's how I read things as a whole, even though this came out first, this one came out third, this makes sense to me. This is a yes. This is a do it, but you're not going to do it alone, right? You're not doing it alone. This is yes to go ahead and do it. Stop thinking about it because you're all in your head, right? So this is enemy. This is your own worst enemy.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So questions on all of this. Um, when you pull cards or have somebody pull cards for you, should you be in your mind or verbally asking a question? So you really, should you just go for it or just don't do anything? Just let the cards reveal.
My heart's always open. That's probably the best answer, right? My heart's always open, and as soon as I go out and I start asking you questions, I feel you out like you're my best friend. I feel you out like I'm talking to myself. You know what I mean? Because what people don't understand is when they sit down with me, well, a lot of them do. A lot of them actually do. We're sharing a connection, right? Everyone has their own relationships in life. It's your wife, it's your daughter, it's your son, it's your girlfriend. But with this kind of thing, you sit down with me, we share energy. Sharing energy is creating a relationship, and with that relationship comes honesty. That's how you always have to start any relationship, right? So if
Yep.
we take it to that level, like honestly, it's giving you what I would give you as a friend and what I see in the cards. And because we established it, because you agreed for me to share your energy, I see exactly what you're feeling. I see exactly your subconscious, and I see exactly what's going on and why you're in your head. And I have to, as a friend, tell you some advice.
Yeah. Well, that's what it comes down to. It's like your friend giving advice. Question about the cards. I notice they lack color.
Right. So this is a specific deck, right? So the initial cards back in the day, it was Rider Waite Tarot, right? They started it, they designed it, they did all their things. This is black and white. So this drew my attention. I have about probably 10 or 15 decks, and every one of them for a certain reason, right? No matter how expensive they may have been, that didn't matter. What I'm trying to say is like this really drew my attention because you get a color in the story as you go.
Hmm. And why did you select that deck for today?
Color in the story as you go.
Okay.
Like
Is
crazy.
it more of a you just feeling it? You felt it. Yeah,
I
I
feel
should
it.
use that deck.
Yeah, I feel it. And then with all this orange on the table and all this passion, you gotta go with what makes you feel alive, right? So I feel like whatever this thing that you need to progress forward, and I say need to because of the progression I see here, it's all about what you feel forward and go with that, your gut, and then just keep going, you know? And what I want to do is pull another three cards, right? So we're
Sure.
not going to keep this going, right? So look, I just want everyone to know it's not like a magic act, right? Like I'm mixing everything like this. This can come in basically upright or it can come in reverse. So there's 78 times two, whatever that is. And there's that many possibilities of, story time in this. So let me know when I'm going to stop shuffling. I'm going to try to clarify your
Oh, you
energies.
want to okay. Now.
All right. All right, now mind you, sometimes I pull them right off the deck. Sometimes I flip them out. For whatever reason, I flip them out. So I don't know why I'm getting all this energy, but let's see if it matches. You ready? So going back to the decision that needs to be made, right? And
Okay.
clarifying this decision that needs to be made, you have the Six of Wands, right? So Six of Wands is again fire energy. You're moving forward. It kind of like if you see here, you're leading your own parade and everyone's cheering you on. But check it out. It came in reverse. So no one's cheering you on if you're not moving forward. Why you're not going? Why are you stopping the parade? Right. So this right here is like you noticing your stuckness. You know what I mean? Like you're noticing that you're stuck. You notice that you stop. You notice that you're not progressing. And that's why you keep going back. You know the answer. You know the answer, but you make yourself stuck. That's what this is. Because wands can go back on you, right? Forward energy, backwards energy.
Hmm. And I'm a
Exactly.
big believer in we know the answer. We know the answer with everything. I think we have a call. Hi.
Oh, hey. I heard you guys were doing a tarot reading. I was wondering if you guys can give me a reading.
Yes,
I
sir.
think we can. What's your name?
It's Brian.
Hey, Brian. Thanks for checking in. Brian's in Searsport, Maine. Um, say hi to Xander.
Oh, hey, Xander.
Hey, Brian, how you doing, man? Hey, how's the weather up there?
I'm great. Well, it's fine. It's decent right now.
There you go. Awesome, awesome. Hey, man. Hey, so I got a question. My bad, Steve, to take over here. I'm actually very interested, Brian. What is your zodiac sign?
I'm an Aquarius.
All right. So your birthday's coming up then, right?
Sorry, what was that?
Your birthday's coming up.
Yeah.
Any plans?
Plans? Not as of right now.
Gotcha, gotcha. So, what gets you to call in today, man? Do you have like anything specifically on your head? You know, in your mind, what's going on?
Mm, well, I just kind of wanted to know, like, well, I've never had a tarot reading before, so I kind of just want to see, like, where I stand for, like, my energy-wise.
Cool.
Hi, Brian. That's a beautiful question. So I'm not going to make it scary. It being your first time, right? So I got nothing crazy going on here. Just we've been talking about some candles, some incense for the vibe, and just to be open, right? So do me a favor, Brian. Go ahead. I'm going to do a three-card pull on you real quick. Go ahead and think about anything that you may have been through recently. Maybe something you want in the future. Maybe something you're going through right now. Mix up your energy a bit in you, and let me try to pull something out. And as you think about all that, Brian, just let me know when to stop, and I'll pull those first three cards.
Yeah, I thought up of a situation. I thought,
All right, awesome. So keep that situation in mind, and if you can, just let me know. All right, let me know when to stop, and I'll go ahead and pull some
You
energy.
just got to tell him what you want him to stop shuffling.
all
Thank
right,
you.
stop right now.
Okay.
All right. All right, Brian. So, okay. So check it out. So three cards, right? So the first card we got here. All right, we got the moon. Okay. So I don't know if all the viewers can see, but the moon is actually going to be like this upright. The moon means about secrets, about things that are in the shadows, about things that need to come forward into the light, right, Brian? But it looks like, well, it actually came out reverse. So this tells me that either something was just said, something was just opened, something was just discovered, something was just found out, right? So whatever you may be thinking about, it may be a new trajectory, a way of thinking, or maybe even a way of physically moving, right? Whether to move with your job or maybe a new lover, right? So did something maybe recently come to the light as far as maybe within you or someone to you?
Yeah, that sounds really accurate. That's a yeah. That sounds pretty
Awesome.
accurate so far.
Awesome, Brian. Awesome. So I'm here to help, right? So let's keep going and let's see what's up. So if we keep going, this energy, we got the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, this is a beautiful card. So the Nine of Pentacles, it kind of shows a woman, again, if you can't see, it shows a woman and she's in her own garden, right? She's bearing the fruits of her labor, right? So this right here, she has everything. It's very idealistic. It's very lucky. It's very perfect, right? So whatever that just came to light or that surface, it's being worked through, right? It's being realized, it's being understood that the next step is nothing but happiness, right? And whatever this is, it's a lot of work that went into it because the nine is pretty high up there, right? So as you go on with pentacles, pentacles have to do with grounded energy, right? So as you move up, it's like more work, more work, more work, and then happiness, happiness, ultimate, right? So whatever way of thinking that you just got over or something new, whatever it may be in your situation, Brian, it looks like it was the right move, right? So whatever that new epiphany in your head was, go with it, do it, say it, feel it, right? This is what I'm saying to you here. Does that make more sense? Does it make a little bit more sense to your situation?
Yeah, it does. It really feels like it's adding up.
Awesome. That's what I'm here for, right? So check it out, Brian. So could you share a little bit of it before I read you this last card
Yeah, but
about
Yeah, about your situation. Yeah.
whatever you want to share?
like it's probably just like this girl I've been seeing for a while, and we just kind of parted ways. Not really seeing each other anymore. But I've been with her for like years, so that's why. But either way, like things happen, and I feel like it was the right way to go about things.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep going about it. You know, find new ways to be happy. Like you said, it happened for a reason. It happened for the right reason. So yeah.
Yes, sir. So actually, there's beautiful energy. So again, my condolences on any kind of giving up or like breaking up of that kind of way, because I know it's tough, right? It feels like here though,
Yeah,
you're
no problem.
learning.
But I've been doing actually very good. Like I've been doing very well actually.
Great, great, because it looks like better than not, right? You're not distraught. It's not dragging you down. It's something for the better, and you know that, right? So this is beautiful energy to come right out of that energy that just came out of. I want to say out of nowhere, but I don't want to say it. I feel like y'all knew it was coming. You know, kind
Yeah.
of that. Yeah. And then, okay, so if we finish out the reading, right? So we got the Nine of Cups. The reason why the cups are so significant here, especially because you brought that up, you were in a connection, right? So cups have to do with inner fulfillment. It has to do with fulfillment from others to you or with yourself and to yourself, right? So now this last card is actually part of the cup suit, right? It's the Nine of Cups. So if you look at this guy, he's very content with what he has. Like he's very kind of almost snobbish about it. Like, yeah, I got it. I'm proud of it, you know? But the good thing about this isn't your energy because it came reverse, right? It came reverse. So if we have the Nine of Cups in reverse, this is almost like, I'm not saying this is dragging you down. You know your energy is beautiful right here, right, Brian? But the thing is that you're really heavily reflecting on it. You're heavily reflecting on what was. And there could be a chance, honestly, moving forward, Brian, just a piece of advice, that it could bring you down in a sense that if something does good come your way, you'll probably go ahead and judge it before you leap forward. Right. So I'm not saying this is dragging you down completely because you know it's the right move, but there's something deep here that still needs to be attended to.
Mm. Okay. Yeah, I understand.
When
Cautious about things.
Xander, when you say something deep, do you mean an inner conflict or something related to his relationship, or it could be completely unrelated?
Yeah, so that's the thing, right? That's a good question because sometimes the energy just drift off, right? Sometimes the energy is to another situation prior to the first couple cards that I read for another one. And that's happened a few times, right? But I see this to be the same situation. And Brian, what I see here is that the Nine of Cups, the nine's almost to a complete 10, right? So if you play, do you play cards like poker or blackjack or anything like that?
No, not really.
Yeah, no, it's cool, cool. So the whole idea of it is the higher you go, the more the value, right? 2 through 10, right? So this is a nine. We're almost at 10. 10's completion. 10 is like you did all the work and now you reap all the benefits, right? If you're at a nine, this relationship at one point really filled you up. It really, really made you happy. But it looks like you're reflecting on the opposite. Was I really that happy? Was it really that deep? Was it intentional? Was that for the right reason? It looks like you're reflecting very deep, is what I'm saying. right? And that's great because you don't want this energy again, right? You want everything out of the shadows. This is the good energy. This right here, you don't know. This right here, you do know. You did know that you made the right move, right? So it looks like things are going to be successful for you, very successful with the Nine of Pentacles, whatever this may mean, but it's relating to love because the cups came up strong. Do that inner reflection, but don't linger. That'll be my suggestion.
Very cool. Hey, Brian, thanks for checking in. Okay, buddy.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you guys very
Thank
much.
Thank you.
you, Brian. Take care.
Wow. Interesting how you key in to his situation. And I'm feeling, I'm the novice here, but I got to tell you, I'm feeling what you said, that he's reflecting on, was I really happy? I think I was. I felt really fulfilled. Wait a minute. Now that it's over, was I really happy? That's what I'm feeling, the same exact thing that when
Yeah,
you
it's
said that.
crazy. It's crazy how the energy bounces like that, right? Because you're just a bystander, right? Because check it out. Sometimes on my live events, there's one time this one girl came up. Do you mind if my sister sits next to me? I'm like, no problem. And I start reading her, and the sister reads her to Phil. She goes, yeah, he's telling the truth. You got to admit it. Blah 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 blah. And then all of a sudden, she got intrigued. I read her, and then it bounced back to her, and it's just like they knew what was up before they explained it to me individually. Does that make sense? They're like, yeah, you're right, keep going. Yeah, keep going. And I kept going. And again, the more I pull, the more the story becomes clearer. So whoever's listening, and if you do book with me in any time, any way, the more we do, the more you get out of it. Right. And
Yeah.
it's almost like a therapy session to bring that subconscious forward to go ahead and start the healing. You know?
Oh, a billion percent. And by the way, we're just scratching the surface here. This is just, 3 cards quick, call it barely the appetizer on the main course when you do a full 1 hour reading. How many cards, in a typical session that may go for like an hour or so, how many cards would you possibly pull?
Yeah, so great question, right? So right now what I offer is a 7 card, a 14 card, and a 21 card pool. And what that does is we're gonna get the main story details. Main story, a lot more details, almost all your story, and as many details as you want. It just keeps growing. So whatever you pay for, we do. You know what I mean? So it goes from 20-minute, 40-minute, or 60-minute sessions. And I will tell everyone right now, all of them have gone over. And I don't mind, it is what it is, right? But the thing is like I get so in tune at certain points, especially if you pay for the hour, it just goes and goes, and it's release, right? So if anyone's listening needs that kind of release or guidance, like to be honest, it is a therapy session, right? Because I'm gonna be real with you, but I'm gonna be honest enough to where it's like you can face it. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be hard or stern. I'm just gonna be very open with you.
Yeah.
So if you're open to it, yeah.
And most importantly, you're not judging.
No.
You never know. You're just you're listening to the story. You're putting the pieces together based on the cards and whatever feedback you get. But it's what comes up in the cards, And by the way, for anybody that doesn't know how this works, or this is like your intro to it, you're not making things up with the cards. Those have a very specific meaning that you're interpreting. It's not like you're saying, "Oh yeah, Steve, I got the cups over here. The cups are good for you because." No, that's universal. Somebody else reading cards would say the cups mean the same exact thing, correct?
Yeah, because there's always a definite like meaning, like a one kind of go-to answer, but then
Yeah.
you gotta feel it, you gotta flesh it out, and that's the whole purpose of this. When you're more tuned with yourself, I've done a lot of shadow work, right? I've done a lot of taking myself out of situations that didn't suit me, getting rid of people that just had bad energy, and once you really start to like kind of almost self-isolate in your own way, you just start to expand your mind in ways you wouldn't believe, and it's crazy how more in tune I am not only with myself, makes me more in tune with anybody. Brian was over there, I didn't even see his face. You know what I mean? Like, and I just really felt him. I got his energy at a point, and the best is always physical, right? And if that can't happen, then it's visual. So,
Yep.
so it's like I definitely love what I do, and just like you heard out of him, it felt like he took a little bit from that. You know what I mean? He's gonna run with it, he's gonna think about it, it's gonna stay there, and it's gonna help him in some kind of way. And I feel it that I do that a lot. I make people angry, I make people cry, I make people laugh, and I do all that with them, right in turn. Like I'm just as open, because I feel what's going on with them.
Yeah. And I think that's the truest test when you can't see somebody. So you're not even picking up on visual cues, as an example here today, what you were pulling for him and it was resonating. Same thing with when you pulled those cards. I had a decision to make. This morning was part of that decision. And you said it, like not all of us have an important decision to make.
No.
And you said it. There was a reason that you said it.
There's a reason that you needed to hear it,
You know what? The universe wanted me to hear that.
No.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Wow. How do we connect with you? Somebody wants to do a reading, got questions. How do we do it?
Yeah, guys, still available on those 3 platforms. I got Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at Xander Martinez 1224. And
that's it. It's as simple as that. Reach out, book an appointment, get some insight. Super cool having you on once again. This was really a lot of fun having watching you work with somebody else.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. All right. We'll catch up soon again. Thanks a lot.
All right, thanks a lot. Bye.
We'll be right back.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house. And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned.
This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.